January the 30th, 2026. Guys, it looks like we're going to go out of January with quite a bang. Florida, all the way up into eastern Louisiana, I'm talking about all the way through Florida, we're in extreme cold warning. So what's that going to mean? Florida, you're going to, unless there's some way to protect it, you're going to lose any type of citrus crop. You're going to have iguanas falling out of the trees. You're going to have the pythons digging deep, trying to keep from freezing. It's spread through the Everglades. All type of things, and possibly pipes busting. But some records could go back into the 1800s that you could break. We're going to take a look at it. What you're looking at now is this cold front is plunging, and it's doing it very fast. Then you have moisture coming from the west out of both the Pacific and the Gulf of America. Now, we're clear here in central Mississippi. It's been a beautiful afternoon. It is now 46 at real feel 42. Guys, we're going to get down to about 0 tonight here. Florida, you're not going to be much difference. It's a massive cold front pulling in. Let's look at where the moisture is in the heavier amounts. In Canada, you're getting quite a bit. Oregon and Washington, you're getting a taste of some moisture. And it's being caught up in this dip in the Arctic vortex right there. Then again, here's the moisture. Now, what's going to be interesting to see is how these very cold temperatures in Florida tonight will react with this moisture. Now, one of the problems is as we go into the evening, the winds are going to intensify, guys. They're kind of light here in central Mississippi, a little breeze, not bad yet. But you see these kind of, I guess, burnt umber colors here? That's hurricane force wind warnings. Now, what that means is there still could be possibility of some downed limbs if you're not careful, things like that. If you got things you don't want blowed around in your yard, be a good time to tie them down or secure them. Now, what we're dealing with in the blue is extreme cold warnings again. Eastern Louisiana, most of Mississippi, most of Alabama, a good bit of Georgia, and all of Florida. You get down to the very southern tip, and it lets up just a little bit. But this is extreme cold. Now, if you look, let me pull this key down just a little bit right there. Up into the north, in the purple, that's winter weather advisories. Now, Minnesota, you've been getting kind of a break in the snow. I don't know how that's going to work out. A lot of protests still going on there. And it guys, in the pink you're seeing here is winter storm warnings. That's through northeastern Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, and into Kentucky in this area through here, Virginia. So with high wind and extreme temperatures, that's what's going to break the records. You're looking at heavy freeze warnings. Notice this in the south tip of Texas. And you know we don't get the weather, but Mexico, you're going to be involved in that cold weather. And then the gale warnings are all around Florida, both in the Gulf of America and over into the Atlantic Ocean. Notice some of these things, gale watches along the Keys. Check that out. And here you're dealing with cold weather advisories. Check it out. All of this, the deep purple offshore there. And you're talking about storm warnings and high surf advisories. So, guys, tonight, hurricane force winds, high surf advisories. That sounds like a hurricane, doesn't it? Kind of does to me, too. Maybe a snow-a-cane, but dang sure what it sounds like to me. And that means, I've seen it before. I hope it doesn't happen. But what we're seeing is possibly a nor'easter setup, very intense. And I've seen videos in the last several years to where you start seeing the subways in some of the big cities overrun with not only the rain, but the rise in the tides and along those lower districts. So be aware of that, guys. And that goes all the way from Georgia, all the way to the northeast. Let's take a little closer look at this, guys, and pay attention to what I'm talking about. Because between the temperatures and the wind, this thing could get chaotic. Cold weather advisories in this pale green. See this? This is Tampa, Sarasota, along the west coast of Florida. Then your extreme cold warnings, but even over Lake Okeechobee, gale warning winds. Okay? Don't play with this thing. Freeze warnings right inside the cold weather advisories between, that includes Tampa, just east of Sarasota and through this area, and then you get right into the extreme cold. Now let's look at what they're talking about as far as temperatures. Now through the entire area, you have both wind advisories. They're in effect from 3 p.m. Saturday to 7 a.m. Eastern Sunday. And what we're dealing with is, you saw that dip in the Arctic vortex. It's going to take it a little longer to get that far south. That's a blessing in a way. You have a little more time to prepare. The freeze warning in effect from 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday. It says for the wind advisory, northeast winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of 40 to 50 expected. For the extreme cold warning, dangerously cold wind chills as low as 8 above expected. For the freeze warning, hard freezing temperatures as low as 22 expected. Wind chills of 8, guys. Your pets, your plants, your pipes, of course, people. Antifreeze in your vehicles. And with that type of wind, some areas you have underground electric cables run. That's great. In other areas you don't. So watch for power outages. Are you prepared? And you've got another day, so stock up on water, batteries, charge everything, a little extra food. Just make sure, just prepare as if it is a very cold hurricane. Won't be quite that bad. But in some places, again, you've got hurricane warning winds offshore, and that's going to create gust. It's, again, gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down, and a few power outages may result. Hard freeze conditions could kill crops, other sensitive vegetation, and possibly damage or outdoor plumbing, swimming pools, things like that. It says winds this strong, and again, pay attention to it. You're not used to it. We're not, but even you guys down there, while we were in ice storm, I was watching our Pastor Paul, and I think who was in there, a couple of guys in there outside in Bermuda shorts. Boy, I was jealous. Anyway, winds this strong can cause driving difficult, or can make it difficult, and especially for high-profile vehicles, use extra caution. Dress in layers, including a hat, face mask, and gloves if you must go outside. Guys, please heed that warning. To prevent water pipes from freezing, wrap or drain or allow them to drip slowly. Keep pets indoors as much as possible. Make frequent checks on older family, friends, and neighbors. Ensure portable heaters are used correctly. Do not use generators or grills inside. People die every year from that. It says, if something happens, you do not have heat in your home or lack shelter, you can call 211. Remember, 211, or visit your local county website for assistance locating appropriate shelter from the cold. Again, take steps to protect your tender plants and get the pets inside. Cover the plants if possible. And I sure hate to see the price of orange juice get any higher than it is, but that may be one of the things that's going to happen. Now let's go to the opposite end of the storm. Remember, eastern Louisiana. Here's Winnsboro, Bastrop. Guys, I played down in Winnsboro. There was a club down there we played at many, many years ago, and it was wild, believe me. Anyway, here's Vicksburg, Jackson, Brookhaven. We're here in central Mississippi. 3 color codes. 4 is extreme. That includes Bastrop, Louisiana, coming across the Mississippi River, just on the edge of Yazoo City, Greenwood, Greenville, where the bridge is, and Hamburg, Louisiana. Then the rest of this area, all the way down to between Jackson and Hattiesburg, is in a level 3. Then from Laurel to Hattiesburg, probably getting very close to the south or to the southern areas, Gulfport, Biloxi, you're level 2. What is the purple area for all of my friends here? It means wind chills near or below 0. Continuing extensive power outages will worsen impacts from cold weather. And we're talking about the ice storm. Impacts, again, going into the reds, level 3, which is significant. Wind chills below 5 or likely. That's most of that's us and a good bit of Mississippi. Lows near or below 15 and highs below 32. So it's not going to get above freezing. Below that, down Laurel, Hattiesburg area, wind chills below 10. Lows near below 20 and highs near 32. You may not get out of the freezing weather then. Timing, after 6 p.m. Saturday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. Saturday night, less wind, 6 p.m. Saturday to 12 p.m. Sunday. Impacts, frostbite possible in 30 minutes or less. Hypothermia is likely with prolonged exposure. Damage to exposed pipes and water mains. Now, for all my friends here in central Mississippi, guys, and you can click on the map and look at your location, go to weather.gov, G-O-V. It'll come up with that first map with all the color coding, and then you can click on your area and get the updates. But here in Jackson, the other end of that storm, in the morning at 7 a.m., as the sun is already up slightly, the temperature is going to be 17, real feel of 0. So we're already getting hit here. Florida, you're going to be really quickly overtaken after that. Extreme cold warning 3 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday. So tonight after midnight, but guys, it's not bad now. Again, I'm looking at my weather station, 45, real feel 41. But throughout the night, it's going to be dropping very quickly to this 17-degree low. And again, real feel 0. So we are in the same situation as far as people, pets, pipes, plants, things like that, all of the above. If you haven't, and most of us have, and because we've been under either in the ice storm or under the warning last week, check your antifreeze. Make sure of that. Tonight, guys, think of this. We're going to be at 0 in the morning in a lot of areas. So you may want to fill up your bathtubs. Stop it up, let it drip in there, keep the water running, but you'll have water there to flush your commodes, things like that. Whatever you got to do with it, but leave your water running. Where you can, drain your pipes. Just think about it. You know the procedure. Anyway, guys, we're watching this. This is going to be intense for a couple of days. Florida, you could break records going back into the 1800s. It's a heads up. Be safe.